Well, thank you very much for your time, really appreciate it. At Stamp and Coin Mart, we were wondering, when did you first sort of get into illustrating, and sort of why did you choose to focus on flora?
I've always drawn, even as a child, and I went to art college, but they discouraged me from doing illustration. So I didn't do anything for a while, and then had a family and wanted a hobby outside the home. So I started painting about 15 years ago. Just went to a class which was botanical illustration, so quite specific to plants. Just loved it from day one, and then haven't looked back since. Really.
And that's where you started to sort of focus more just on utilising your work in unique areas, or?
Yeah, well, I'm particularly doing botanical painting, but really as an exhibiting artist, not necessarily doing illustrations for books so much as just exhibiting at specific botanical exhibitions, really.
And how did you become involved in providing the illustrations for the Royal Mail stamps?
As far as I'm aware, it was through my website. So I've got a website, and I think the stamp designer was looking on the internet for botanical illustrators, and my name was collected along with several others, and it gradually narrowed down to the point where I had to do 3 examples of my work in the style of the stamps, and then I was chosen for the contract.
And were they designed sort of stamp size, or were they kind of normal scale illustrations to be scaled down, or?
Yes, a friend of mine thought I was using a tiny brush painting these tiny. No, they're actually about A4, because I've been doing this remotely and having to scan and email my work to the designer, so A4 is about right, because you can then scan it at home.
And then obviously you see the detail reduced down, and it's still got the high definition on the stamps then, haven't you, as well?
It means you have to exaggerate all the detail because it is going too small. You can't do anything too subtle because it will be lost once it's reduced.
Yeah. I mean, can you describe the process that you went through for, why did you pick these particular, or was it guidance from Royal Mail, or did you select and say these are the ones that I would like to feature?
Right. No, it was all chosen for me, so I was told which 6 to do, but then I could decide with Kate, the stamp designer, how we wanted them to look within the space. So no, all the subjects were chosen by the Royal Mail, which is quite good because there's one less decision for me to make.
Especially when it's such a hobby for you, or enthusiastic area, it would be hard to narrow it down to just 6, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. So that was quite good.
And did you get involved in the approval process then, and kind of the final design stages once it was, they come back to you and sort of say, do you like how it's being presented?
Yes, I was kept in the loop all the time because it went to the Stamp Advisory Committee.
Yeah.
And I would be sent a set of proofs, so I knew what they were looking at. And sometimes the colours and things were adjusted at that stage, but I was always kept in the loop.
And out of interest, how does it feel to sort of see your illustrations used in such a unique way? Are you going to become a stamp collector, or are you a stamp collector?
No, do you know how I've had nothing to do with illustrating anything so small or anything to do with stamp illustration until this project, and I've absolutely loved it. I have begged them to let me do another set, but unless they want plants or trees or fungi, it's not likely to happen. But I've made it clear that I'd like to do more. But it's great to be at the exhibition here today because you can I'm so used to sitting at home painting my drawing board, and now I can see people's reactions
and
to
the appreciation of seeing them actually being, and seeing them being used out in the real.
Yes, and being printed off at the machine. That's really interesting.
And how have your friends and family sort of reacted to it?
Family are very proud and bemused, I think, because it's unlike any job I've done before. Like I say, I normally exhibit at exhibitions, so it's been really exciting for everybody.
Oh, lovely. And if people are interested in looking at your website, is that something that sort of general collectors can look at to see sort of other examples of your designs?
Yes, which are nothing like this, so it might be quite interesting. So it's juliatrickey.co.uk, so fairly easy to find.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Okay.
And I hope you have a great rest of the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.